So you want a beautiful interior, but you don't want to spend any money. It's all good. I've got you. In fact, I've got 14 interior styling tips that will not cost you a thing. Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm an interior designer, and these are easy decorating hacks that will immediately update your home and have your interiors looking sensational without any renovation required. I'm going to call this one... My other working title is, it's not cheap, it's chic. I kind of like that one. I'm keeping them both in there. You decide. Let's get started. Do you have a console or a shelf that has a lot of stuff on it? You know, just a lot of things going on. What you're gonna do, grab all those things and just put them on a tray. And then all of a sudden you have a beautifully styled arrangement. So all those things still exist, but by containing it, by corralling it into this tray, then you're actually creating this focal point, a place to draw your attention to, and then you've opened up the rest of the space, which allows your home to breathe more. So corral it, grab a tray, bring it together, have a focal point. When you cluster objects together in your home, it's going to have a lot more impact than, say, lots of different items spread everywhere. But when it comes to creating the perfect arrangement, it's all about striking the right balance. And for some people, that comes really naturally. But if that is not you and you're unsure of how to create a really balanced, harmonious arrangement, then my best rule is to style in odd numbers. In fact, 3 and 5, they're going to be your magic numbers, okay? So instead of one item, it's sad, 2, sadder, 3, perfect, 4, sometimes, 5, love. So think about 3s, 5s, maybe even 7s, go those odd numbers, and also make sure to think about your heights. You want to have varying heights within your arrangement, also different forms. You want the objects to be able to talk to each other, but also they need to just not be too uniform. They can't all look the same. Plants, branches, foliage, these can create really great sculptural pieces in your home. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money at the flower market, you can grab some heavy duty scissors and just head outside. Go for a walk in the garden or head around the block, head to your local park and just forage. You know, see what you can find, create an arrangement, and that's a really easy way to bring life into your home. This is a quick and easy one. Your empty glass bottles, do not throw them away, turn them into vases. This is especially great for clippings as well. I love to grab a little bit of devil's ivy, pop it in an old glass bottle. It's a great way to make just a sad corner in your home happy again. So when you finish your fancy water, your juice, or maybe your gin, I don't condone drinking a whole bottle of gin to get your bottle, but when you've got your bottle, don't throw it away. You don't need to be an interior designer to make your coffee table look sensational. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab some books. You're going to need at least 6, and then you're going to stack them. You need 2 to 3 books of similar size. You're gonna stack them and then repeat, like a grid. And for the love of God, do not put them on an angle. You are gonna follow the line of your coffee table. This really works only for square or rectangular coffee tables. So if you've got a round or a organic shaped coffee table, this is not for you. Move on, please ignore this tip. But for my square rectangular friends, stack away. All right, give me 30 seconds to thank the sponsor of today's episode. A slightly unsettling thing that you can do is Google your own name and see just how much personal information is about you online. Addresses, phone numbers, emails, and a lot of that information ends up on something called data broker sites. These companies collect and sell personal information without most people even knowing. Incogni helps remove that data. You give them permission once and they contact hundreds of these companies on your behalf and request that your information is deleted. They also keep checking to make sure it doesn't appear again later. Take your personal data back with Incogni. Use the code HuntingForGeorge at the link below and get 60% off an annual plan. All right, let's get back to the video. Do you know what we don't do anymore? We don't print photos, which is really sad. And it's a really easy way to add personality to your home. Technically, yes, I guess it costs a little bit of money to get photos printed, but you can get a stack of photos printed for like 20 bucks or something. So you're talking about a few cents a photo. I personally really like the retro look ones, the Polaroid, that white border, that square format. That looks fantastic. But the trick when you're bringing them into your home is to curate and anchor. So you don't want to have millions of photos all over the place. Choose a few, refine your selection, and then you need to anchor them to a space. So if it's a bedside, make sure you anchor it above the bedside table, next to a lamp, maybe there's a plant, or perhaps even a larger artwork. This is a really good tip for renters who can't go banging holes in the wall. Lean-to mirrors and artwork on your console or mantle look sensational. It's a really great way to bring in a focal point into your room and provides you with a base to style around it. Mirrors are especially great for this because when they're angled slightly, it gives that optical illusion that your height of the ceiling is a lot higher than it actually is, so it helps to create a really generous open look within your room. Artwork from your kids, it's cute, but do you want it on display? Your heart says yes, but your eyes say no. Just like photos, kids' artwork holds a lot of memories and it does bring instant personality to your space. So the trick is all about being discreet. So you want to find a wall or a corner that is slightly obstructed, hidden from view, and then go to town. Create a very full floor-to-ceiling gallery wall filled with children's art that they can be proud of, that they can come to. It's like hiding it without hiding it. Weaving, hats, baskets, concert posters, album covers. Art can be whatever you want it to be. I have a foam surfboard that a friend of mine made for my wedding. It was broken. He turned it into a sign so all of our wedding guests knew how to find us. And we brought it back from Uluwatu and it now sits very happy and proudly in a wonderful gallery wall in amongst a lot of other expensive pieces of art. And I absolutely love it. So art is whatever you make it. It doesn't have to be expensive. If you haven't got any money to buy new furniture, then rearrange what you've got. If that all sounds too hard basket, then try this one thing. Grab your sofa and move it a little bit away from the wall. Try it. Do it, I dare you. It will make your room feel more spacious and will also add a lot of depth to your interiors. I kind of hate this tip, but it is true. If you can't afford to buy anything new for your home, then you can still get a dopamine hit by shopping your own home. Take objects from one room, style them in another. It's a very quick and free way to update your interiors. Do you have a fireplace that isn't working, or perhaps you are in a rental and your landlord said to unequivocally never ever light the fire? I don't care. I want you to dress it anyway. Grab some wood, get it ready to go, style it up, make it look like it is about to be lit, because that is going to give you instant cozy vibes, just minus the heat. Lemons, great styling tool. I love them. I also have a lemon tree, so I'm constantly filling a bowl with lemons and it makes me very happy. Lemons make for a really good styling tool. This only really applies if you actually have a lemon tree or you have a very friendly neighbor with a lemon tree. Don't go out buying a stack of lemons. Okay guys, lemons are too expensive these days. Probably the most satisfying thing you can do is declutter. Take a look around your home and be discerning. And I mean everywhere. Look at your clothes, clean out your wardrobe, look at your food and clean out your pantry, give it away to charity, to op shops, or if you're getting rid of some really decent things, maybe consider selling them, and then you can make some money, and then you won't actually have to watch videos like this on how you can style with no money. Wait, I've got one more, okay? Bonus tip, was not expecting this. I said 14, scratch that, it's 15, straight from the producer, and I kind of like it. I'm gonna let this one slide in there. When you are buying things that you need, buy the pretty version. Maybe not all of them, but if you buy the fancy label, maybe put that in front of the one that doesn't have the nice label. All of a sudden you have a very good looking kitchen or pantry. Coffee beans, with a cool label, style up the bag next to your coffee station. Imported passatas that have a beautiful form to the bottle. I've always got olive oil, for example, sitting on my kitchen bench. And I must admit, I do love to buy the more expensive olive oil because often the label looks a lot better, But the plus side to that is it's also of higher quality. These are all things you're going to be buying anyway, just buy the prettier version. That's it. That felt like a speed round and an extra tip in there as well. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. If you have got any tips that I missed, let me know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe because we have plenty more videos coming your way. Dusty, sit. Sit. Dusty, sit down.
Sit.
Just sit down, Dusty. Good boy.